Welcome to the Salesonomics podcast, the hybrid customer journey. This podcast is for brave leaders who want to increase revenue in their company. We will give you knowledge and insights on how to optimize the customer journey by combining digital and personal channels to create world-class buying experiences. And today we will talk about emailing and sales intent. And my name is Mattias Härenstam, and today another episode in English with the Frenchman who is vegan and has the surname of the very famous French meat stew. So welcome, Mr.
Florian Bourguignon. True story. My last name is Bourguignon and I'm still vegan.
So what we do is optimize your revenue engine in B2B. We implement growth strategies through behavior changes, processes, and systems. And now we have had some episodes together, you and I, Florian, because one huge part of the hybrid customer journey is, of course, how we communicate in the digital world. So we have both discussed the website, we have discussed LinkedIn profile, we have discussed the communication on LinkedIn. So really listen to the previous podcast that we have done regarding these different topics. And today we will talk about the thing that a lot of companies do, but do they actually do it in a good way? And that's the emailing. And we also have some killer facts regarding that cold emails have an average open rate of 15 to 24% compared to 21 to 34% for warm emails. And personalized cold emails have a 22% higher chance of being open. So the goal of today is how to reach the right person at the right time with the right message, and do all of that without spending too much time. So, Florian, what will we actually do today?
Yes, it's a good question and a really big promise, because it's a bit the gold mine of all marketers and sellers today when they start to reach people. They want to reach the right person at the right window of time with the right message without to spend so much time doing so, because it can be really time consuming. Just before to dig in, I think it's important to remember to the person that are listening that emailing as it's a really good way to contact potential customers. But the last years, and especially after COVID, we registered drop down with that communication channel, because of course the company were forced to digitalize themselves and use different way to marketize their product or the service, and more used email. And I don't know for you, but I'm getting tired of cold emailing. Actually, we're gonna speak about that today, and I believe in that. But there is like a different way to do it, and I would say like, the most important way is to understand what kind of sales intent you have in front of you before you contact people.
And what is a sales intent, if you describe that?
Sales intents can be if that person changed job. Could be, in fact, every update or actuality that happened within the company or the person life. Could be if you're on LinkedIn, post about that person, if that person is a member of a group that you're also a member with on LinkedIn. Could be an event that person intend in real life or during a LinkedIn live. It could be anything that you can use to create some of sort of a contextualization when you contact someone. And the most important is to be able to react as fast as possible to that sales intent. So, for example, if I take an event that is happening right now in France, a summit. If you contact people 2 weeks after, it's too late. So you have to be able to react to that event straight away, and can be online and offline.
Yeah, that's smart. So how do you identify the leads on these places?
The first thing you do, if you're living in the old world, I'm going to give you a real use case. We organized in February 2024 LinkedIn Live. We had probably 100 attendees. I spent 2 days, or I could spend 2 days, actually, if I was not using the tool I'm going to speak about after. I could have spent 2 days going on that list and trying to match that list, finding in that list with the person that is matching my ICP, my ideal customer profile, with the right job titles. For example, we want to work with head of sales, CRO, CEO, founders, decision makers, with the right size of company, maybe in the right sector. If I want to use, if I have more experience in, I don't know, in industry, for example, and at the right place. Let's say I want to target the Swedish market. And unfortunately, LinkedIn, is a place where you have many people from all over the world that can like, comment, or come to your events. So how do you do that? You spend 2 days on that list that you can extract, if you can do it, if you're good, because it's really hard to do from LinkedIn. When you have your Excel, you try to match all these boxes. And after 2 days of work, you have a list of, I'm gonna contact these people. And actually today we are partnering with a platform that can help you to first identify these leads that potentially comment, like, reshare your event. It's working also for your posts from any LinkedIn groups, any page on LinkedIn. It's crazy. Means I could go on the Web Summit page right now and contact people from there, and without to go on the Web Summit. So if you invest money on Summit, know that with that kind of tool, you don't need to go there. Extract the leads from these places and match them in the tool with your ICP, with all the filters I gave you. And these filters that are the kind of filters you actually have on Sales Navigator.
Smart way of doing it.
Yeah, and fast, because that's the promise. So you can identify when you're doing that, the right person, matching your ICP, at the right time, because that person showed actually interest in something that you can bring a solution with. Can be product or service. So there you have to be smart to find this sales intent depending on what you're selling.
And I also think that nowadays there's a lot of like webinars and things like that. So just to see that, okay, this is a person that is attending this or have attended that, I think that is a really good way of seeing what's top of mind for them. Which kind of areas do they want to get some inspiration within right now?
Yes, exactly. And the thing that you can keep in mind also, it's you don't even need anymore with that kind of tool to go to the event. You don't need to create your own content because you have, like, for example, in our case, sales influencers that are having thousands of followers, or other CEOs, or I'm going to break the ice, or competitors. You can extract and identify what kind of lead you have on the competitor's post, LinkedIn page event. It's crazy.
It's crazy. And you need to think about the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, because also today, if you talk about like smaller consultants, they also have their own name as their brand name. So it can be like feel very personal for them. So we, of course, need to respect the way we're doing it also. Yeah,
I think there is, with that kind of approach, a real ethical question that you should ask yourself, and you have different way to do business. If I take a use case for me, right now I try to help companies with their LinkedIn prospecting approach, for example, with that tool. I don't think that my first strategy should go on this consult or competitors that are already selling LinkedIn. You're going to create like bad relationship with them. The other strategy could be like, but either who is using LinkedIn today at that level that they want to use such a tool. You have like plenty of other competitors that are having this tool without many stuff, because we're going to speak about something else afterward within that tool that can help you save time, and go on the competitors' pages of that tool and check what they are doing.
But okay, I found the perfect ICP with the right sales intent, and I don't have any inspiration at all. What do I write to that person?
It's a good question, and I think the writing part, the copywriting part, is one of the most complicated, and it's one of the most important, because if you're good to find that person at the right time, at the right moment, and you're okay, now I have zero creativity. What am I going to say to that person? I'm not a copywriter. And you can be a copywriter, but there is not so many sales copywriter, meaning copywriter that have a revenue in their DNA. that can write something that is actually there. I'm not going to say to sell, but create interest for the person that's going to read it and actually show the difference of the company from others. You can use your own brain. That can work for sure. And it's always what I recommend before to speak AI, or you can use generative AI. With the tool that I was speaking about, for example, if I'm going on the LinkedIn profile of Katarina, she's working for a Sienna recycling group. There with that tool, I can click on the generative AI because I'm like, I don't know what am I going to say to that person, honestly. So I put, of course, before my pitch, the way I present my company. But it's not an email. How am I going to read it? So, for example, if I'm clicking on Katarina, let's see the proposition that I have in front of my head. Subject, impressive EV battery recycling partnership. Hi, Katarina. So every time we'll have something that is personal, I'm going to say Gling. Okay? Hi, Katarina. Gling. Her name. Nice. Congratulations on Stena Recycling. Gling. Recent partnership with BASF for EV battery recycling. Gling. Because it's based on the company event that she attended. One challenge many recycling company. Gling. Face, it's going to be boring if I say Gling all the time, but I'm going to continue. It's generating qualified meeting with B2B decision makers on LinkedIn at Salsonomic. It's us, Gling. We help B2B companies like you increase visibility and reach on LinkedIn, result in more productive meetings with decision makers. Our hands-on approach ensure efficient lead generation, outreach, and automation. Gling, just for that sentence, because I'm not used to present that like this for every company. That was personalized based on what the AI find on the profile of Katarina. The call to action at the end, will you be interested in learning how Salsonomic could help Stena Recycling, Gling, connect with more B2B decision makers on LinkedIn? PS, that's the trick. The PS is working really well. Your dedication to a more conscious, sustainable, and network society is truly inspiring. Gling, 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 Gling. Super personal.
And that was AI.
I just clicked. I haven't done so much.
And I have a start. I really want to catch the interest of Katarina, so then we can start there and already start liking her post and commenting on her posts also.
Yeah.
So now it's maybe time for the email.
Yeah. I mean, like when you write that thing, it's often what I'm saying. Honestly, I like that email at 90%. DPS was, okay. I could have asked another version to the AI.
Yeah.
A 10 version actually, and take the best from it. But when we speak about the email.
But isn't that the good thing when we discuss AI, to not like use it as the solution for everything, to use it like an inspiration that maybe gives you the 80 or sometimes even 90% if you're a good prompter also, to like get it started, because this was a really good start. And maybe there are some small details that I would like to change. So make it like my personal language, but still I think like we have 80 to 90% is already there. So like use it in a smart way. And if I use it more, maybe we'll have 100%, but to not fall in like the standardized automation trap.
Yeah, exactly. And as you, I don't believe in 100%. I don't think we can ever reach that one day. I could believe in 99. The 1% difference, it's the genuine approach, that human touch, the stuff you're going to feel in your heart that is saying, I really want to work with you. And there is no AI that can do that better than you. AI can help you to save time, help you to be a better copywriter, but can help you to be a better person.
Yeah. And when we talk about like prospecting or helping companies with prospecting, we always tell them to ask themselves 2 questions. And the first one is, why do I want to work with this company? And the second question is, why do I want to work with this person? And if you generally can answer those questions, that is actually a really good start of a cold email also, to really write that genuine appreciation. And sometimes it can just be that easy that you are one of my dream customers because of.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can be that easy sometimes also.
And you can be straight to the point. And you can have this question in the AI copywriter parameters.
Yeah.
And learn the AI how to be genuine also from that perspective.
But then we have like the start of the email, and that can be like a perfect outreach also, a first outreach. But if you like give an example of like the structure of a really good cold email, how would you describe that?
Yes, we had like quite a good example actually in what I just read, but just to have a step back, for example, if I'm taking another sales intent.
But you're breaking it down to parts. If we're doing this manually.
Yeah, if you do it manually, could be, for example, like, because we're speaking about sales intent, you want to write to a person that likes or comments or reshare a post that you're like, okay, that subject is really interesting. I feel interested. Like, I want to contact that person. So the four parts of the email are first, the hook. So you need to come with a context, and that's your sales intent often. If you don't have it, you can ask the AI and say, the AI is going to find something. But the best is to have the sales intent. So for example, like if you start with the hook with the person that commented something, you can mention the person from the post, and you say, oh, notice you also commented the post about that person. And that post was about that. And I thought what we are doing could be interesting for you. So you need to create some link between your offering and the post that you just sent. Afterward, of course, you present your company and why you're contacting that person. I think on that part, use AI, use ChatGPT, put your pitch in there, and try to be as direct and catchy as possible. It should not be longer than 2-3 rows. And in that, you want to speak about the results. And if you want to personalize the email even more, giving like some client cases that you really work with within the sector of that person you want to contact. And when I'm speaking about results, I know like sometimes it's hard depending on your sector, but you want to be to give quantitative result more than quantitative, because quantitative is a bit often fluffy. We help the company to be more innovative. Yeah. And when you have hard time to identify this result, ask yourself, what is the end result of being more innovative?
So if you give an example of like a campaign that you could do, how would that look like?
Yeah, I can give you, for example, the campaign that I launched last week on one of really good influencers on the UK market, Chris Donnelly. I said original poster opinion, so I name it without to name it myself, because I have that super tool that is doing it for me. I said first name, notive you also, and that tool is putting the kind of interaction, like, comment, share. So it's like for real what that person has done like yesterday or the week before max about Chris, of Chris on about how to create great content on LinkedIn with Taplio. And I thought what we do at Salesnomy could be interesting for you. There I present what we do. We partner with a platform that can extract leads from all LinkedIn posts, events, and groups, enabling highly contextualized prospecting and put hand to the spray and pray approach. This platform is coupled with an AI that scans everything on the prospect profile to craft ultra-personalized email, allowing you to save a lot of time while maintaining a human touch. We're speaking about that. Our opening rates are exceeding 70%. We're going to speak about that too after. And our response rates are over 10%. It's a new way to get meetings with qualified prospects. We have recently shown interest in what you're offering. Really the best sales intent ever. Open for a 20-minute demo to support the name of the company growth.
Great. And when we talk about like results, what are the results that we can expect from this kind of campaigns?
I can go on the campaign here. I would like to show my screen, but it's a pause, so we can't. On this one, we have... So just to go back, can you just give us the opening rates that you spoke about the cold emailing on the beginning of the episodes? Just to compare.
And we talked about like 15 to 24% if it was like a really cold email. Yeah. And if it was like a personalized cold email, between 21 to 34%.
That was my worst campaign that I've done, because I got only 70% open rate. And the best is 84. And in average, I'm at like 78.
So maybe we have sparked some interest today about how you actually can use emailing and how you can incorporate AI and make it work for you in a way while you are still genuine and really finding out the sales intent so you can approach the right person at the right time with the right message. So if you want to know more about how we can help you to increase revenue within your company, go into our page, salesonomics.com, or connect with us at LinkedIn, me, Florian, or some other of our colleagues. And thanks for listening to these podcasts in English. The next episode will be back in Swedish, but hopefully we will see you back behind the microphone telling us more about the digital world soon. So the next episode in the hybrid customer journey will be about the CRO, the Chief Revenue Officer. Who is that, and why do we need the Chief Revenue Officer in our companies? So stay tuned, and next time we will see Otto back behind the microphone. Thank you, Florian.
Thank you.